Hey, I'm Olivia Waxman, and welcome back to GCTV. Extra yearbooks are now on sale. See Miss O'Neill in room 4 for more information. Monday will be our fall break, so there will be no school. Enjoy your long weekend. First quarter report cards will be going out this Thursday. Homecoming is right around the corner. It is set for the week of October 19th. Be sure to keep checking your school emails for updates and more information. In other exciting news, next week marks the beginning of the new quarter, and with it, the return of traditional school. Now let's go to our new news reporter, Kayla Maples, to see how GC feels about this return to normalcy.
COVID has made an impact on everyone's personal and professional lives, and it has made this year more challenging by affecting our daily activities as well as our extracurricular activities. We caught up with Mr. Taylor to see how things are going.
COVID has made every aspect of this year in our personal lives and in our professional lives as educators very challenging. There are things that we love to do here at George County High School that we're not able to do anymore. Pep rallies, our homecoming events, of course, are going to be different. Homecoming's coming up. It's going to be different simply because of COVID. Our crowd sizes we have to keep down. All of those things are so challenging, and to make sure that everybody is staying safe, that's a challenge because we want everybody to stay well and to remain healthy during this time.
Due to the hybrid schedule, about half the student population is on campus, which makes teachers have a lot more space in their classrooms for social distancing.
I can't focus at home online, so I'd rather be traditional, where the teachers won't be so stressed out about what they're having to do for the hybrid schedule.
This 9 weeks, it been all right. I don't like it that much because you can't come to school every day. It's harder for me to learn, but I'm making it work. As long as everybody wear their mask, we can come to school every day. It'll be easier to learn when we need help on a problem. It'll be good.
I think we have adapted, our students and our staff have adapted very well, but better than I expected. They've done a great job. Teachers and students as well have done a great job. They're following the guidelines that have been set forth by our district and, of course, the CDC. And they're doing the very best they can in a bad situation. So I would say that it's been a very good, positive They've adapted very well, positive to it. I am absolutely excited about October the 13th. I want everybody back, as many people to come back as possible, because I feel like it's important for our students to be together, and I feel like it's also important for our teachers to have all of their students back.
According to the Mississippi Department of Health, the George County School District has confirmed that among staff we've had 24 cases and among students 19 cases since the start of school. Now back to Olivia.
I know I can't wait to see you all more back together again on Tuesday. The Lady Rebels volleyball team has been in action. Now let's go to our new sports reporter, Chandler Stanfield, to see how they're doing.
What's going on, guys? Chandler Stanfield here, and welcome to my very first Rebel Rundown. I'm excited to bring you all things sports from George County High School. Let's start off with Lady Rebel Volleyball. Our Lady Rebel Volleyball team has been working hard all season, and due to COVID, the Lady Rebels have persevered by finishing second in district and advancing to the state playoffs. A few protocol changes that the team had to make include no pregame coin toss, and the players could not shake hands. One of the hardest things for the girls was over the summer they were not allowed to be on the ball. We caught up with Coach Tyler Denmark and a couple of players to get their perspective on this season.
Well, as a coach, we always try to plan basically every day, all the operations or the logistics out. And with COVID, we just haven't been able to do that because it's like every other day it could throw you a curveball. And so all you try to do is keep pressing forward with your goals in sight and, get the task done however you can with whoever you have. So we've had to reschedule games. Like the playoff game is going to be pushed back to the 15th instead of the 13th to help accommodate with our opponent, who seems to maybe have had an outbreak down there on the coast. But yeah, it's been a challenge, but we're going to persevere through it. A very young team, made up mainly of sophomores. The sophomore class is our biggest class, and they get a majority of the playing time. And we have a real level of depth this year. So even, how COVID's affected us just this past week, we kind of have the mindset of like the next man up, or woman in this case, and they just step in and fill that void and get the job done. It's been a challenge, and I feel like it's been a real a season of growth. So like I just said, we have young girls, but man, they're so talented and athletic, and I hope this season has shown them that, you know, they can compete with anyone. They haven't given up, you know, they don't lay down. And even with COVID and rescheduling and hurricanes and all these guidelines in place, you know, they've showed up every time we've asked them to and just competed. So I feel like we've grown a lot as a team, and it's really just going to help this young team going forward in the future.
It's not been the best. We've lost one of our best outside hitters, our setter, and we've lost one of the JV players. She's an outside hitter too. So it's not been like the best, but I mean, we're not all quarantined, so I guess like it's not terrible.
Well, during the summer, we usually get to play with the ball a lot, other than weight training in the summer. But we didn't get to do that this summer because we weren't allowed to touch the ball because of community guidelines. And instead of going up and like shaking hands and the coin toss and stuff like that when you're warming up or getting ready to start a game, we're not allowed to do that because of Corona. So that's a big difference.
COVID-19 has also affected the Lady Rebels postseason. They were forced to move their first round playoff game to the 15th of October. But the volleyball team will be in action on October the 13th in their last regular season game against Picayune. Now let's go to Jada for an update on football.
The football season has already been affected by COVID in so many ways. The coaches and the team are doing everything possible to keep everyone safe. It has affected how they dress, meet, and get water at practice. To keep the football team and the school safe, we have very strict protocols. The football house is disinfected and fogged every day. Towels and water bottles cannot be shared. Coaches have to wash everything that's worn and touched. They wash about 8 loads a day. Most importantly, they keep their distance, wear face masks, and limit their group time.
Well, it's really hard to be socially distanced when it's a contact sport. I mean, you're around everybody, you're hitting, so I mean, you just got to be careful when you can.
Even after the few setbacks they've had, they plan on making a comeback after the last few games. On Fridays, they look at their mistakes and correct them.
You know, just working hard. We talk about that every Friday night. Whether we win or lose, we either hurt or enjoy it, and then come Monday, we go back to work and try to get better. So that's been our mission these last couple of 3 weeks, just to put that behind us, move forward, work on the mistakes that we made, correct our problems, and just come ready to work on Monday.
I feel good. I trust my teammates, and they trust me, and I trust our coaches, and I know that they're always going to have us prepared and ready. Working hard every day at practice, pushing myself, and knowing that the game plan that they have put in is going to work, and just doing it to the best of my ability.
Last Friday, they won with a score of 28-10 against Brandon High School. This improved their district record to 1-1. At this game, MJ Daniels threw a touchdown, rushed for a touchdown, returned a punt for a touchdown, and had a pick 6 for the touchdown. He is the only other player in Mississippi high school football to do this since Cam Akers. The Rebels traveled to Northwest Rankin last night, but the results were not ready at press time.
That's all for this week's Rebel Rundown. Now back to Olivia in the studio.
Thanks, Chandler. That's all we have for this week, but please stay safe, mask up, and have a great fall break. I'm Olivia Waxman, and I'll see you next time on GCTV.